Who wants money? Very good. You don't want money? Who am I kidding, right? Everybody wants money. But not everyone knows how to save money for retirement. We've all gone to school since we were kids, and we're all taught to learn a skill, get a job, contribute to society. That's all fine, but no one ever teaches us how to save money in school or how to manage money. Well, there are many ways to save for retirement. I'm going to show you my 3 steps on how to save. It's going to be why, how, and what. Why you need to save, how you can start saving, and what you can do with your savings. Of course, everyone's heard of 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, SEP IRAs, all types of savings accounts and investments, but I'm not going to bore you guys with all this financial talk and terminology, so let's just start with my process. Why you need to do it? Well, I want to tell you guys a story that I ran into a while back. I was at Walmart, and I saw an older Asian man, and he looked eerily like my father. And when I was looking at him, he was a little bit older than my dad, and he looked really tired, really weak, but he's wearing a Walmart vest, and he was working, and he didn't look happy, he didn't look strong. And so I looked at him, and I told my wife at the time, you know, I don't want to be that guy. You know, when I get that age, I want to be at the beach, retiring. I want to be playing with my grandkids, and I want to be sitting at the sports book watching my Raiders win. But I know several people at my work now that are like that. They're getting up there in age and they're waiting to retire, but what they're doing is they're waiting for their Social Security, and that's their main income is Social Security. For most elderly, Social Security is their major source of income. But some people do believe that we might not, our generation might not get Social Security because it's an unfunded liability. And the country's already $17 trillion in debt. How are we going to get that money when we get old? Where's that going to come from, right? So I thought to myself, I need to work towards retirement. Because if I can retire for 20 or 30 years comfortably, then it's worth looking into. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
According to the Social Security Administration, 34% of the workforce have no savings set aside specifically for retirement. It's true that when we're younger, we tend to take more risks. We don't think of the future as much. We all try to live to our fullest in our 20s, and we don't often think of retirement. Well, at least I didn't. But when I started thinking about it, I didn't know where to start. It was hard because I was living paycheck to paycheck, you know, and some of us are starving college students just trying to get by. And to plan for retirement, think of something so far down the line, it was kind of hard because it was so far away. So how do you do it? Budget. Okay, according to the FDIC, 43% of Americans spend more than they earn. How is that even possible? Right? Well, there's this magic thing called credit cards, right? Buy now, pay later. It's such a vicious cycle. I mean, for example, look at this nice looking phone, right? Well, let's say it's $100. Okay? If you can't afford $100, you know what? It's okay, go ahead. You can have it. Just pay me $110 next month. That's a vicious cycle to pay for interest. Okay, moral of the story, don't use credit cards. Only spend what you can afford and live within your means. Make a list of bills you pay each month, and first take away one thing you can live without, and slowly make your bills leaner and meaner. Keep up with your spending and monitor your money, and don't exceed your limits. Once you're better at budgeting and you have money stashed away for rainy days, you can go to the next step and see what you can do towards retirement. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to bore you guys with financial terminology and things like that, but we do need to invest in things like 401ks and IRAs. Here is a chart showing people who saved early, and starting early the better. For example, Susan here started saving when she was 25 to 35, and Bill started saving from 35 to 65, and Chris, the smart one, started from 25 all the way to 65. he earned more money because he started at 25 than Bill earned when he started at 35, of course, but he earned more than double at that time frame, only at 10 years, where he saved, Bill's invested at 35 to 65, which is 30 years, and Chris invested from 25 years to 65 years, which is 40 years, but he has $1.1 million, whereas Bill only has $540,000, not even half of what Chris has. So, benefits of the 401ks are tax deferred, and yeah, so the reason why Chris got more money, and there's actually Susan right here, she only invested 10 years, but she has more money than Bill, who invested 30 years because of compounding interest, okay? So what I really want to do is make sure you guys leave this room persuaded and inspired to save money. This is just a brief summary to get you guys started on the idea to save a little money. A little bit every month goes a long ways. My plan was to not to show you interest rates or investment ideas or how much to contribute to your 401k. My plan was to set you off on a good start on saving. To know why it's important to start early, to know how you can begin, and what results can be if you started saving early. I'm going to leave you with a quote by Jonathan Clements. It's fitting that we're in Las Vegas. His quote was, "Retirement is like a long vacation in Las Vegas. The goal is to enjoy it to the fullest, but not so fully that you run out of money." Thank you.